As you guys all know, Saturday, Hamas conducted a surprise attack on Israel from land, air, sea. We've been seeing all over the news. 1,200 dead so far. The numbers are rising. And since then, Israel declared a war with Palestine, and now there are over 1,200 dead Palestinians. Before I start, I do want to say, sending my prayers to all those that were killed, innocent, murdered in Israel. I'm at a loss for words at the pure evil that we witnessed for the past few days. I've been seeing videos. I'm pretty sure me and Christie were getting emotional in the office. I saw videos of civilians being murdered. Children were burned alive. Very graphic, very disturbing images. And I think it was Ben Shapiro was saying, this is something that you guys need to watch. Don't turn away. Look at this. This is pure evil in your face, so you have to look at it. Don't turn away. And in the aftermath, Israel obviously retaliated, and I saw videos, and now again, I saw videos on the other side of Palestinian fathers holding their dead babies in their arms and crying uncontrollably. Like the pain that you saw in this video, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen it, because missiles destroyed their houses. And mind you, these are casualties of war. One side wants to do some crazy shit, the other side's going to retaliate, and innocent lives are going to be lost. So again, my heart goes out to everybody that was affected, all the people that have perished. But now let's get into the actual attack. There's been a lot of theories making rounds that some have suggested that the Israeli government may have allowed, by the way, these are theories, may have allowed Hamas to penetrate their extremely advanced security apparatus in order to use that as a justification to take Gaza, okay? This is a fact. An Egyptian intelligence official said the Israeli government was warned about something big before the Hamas attacks. And I quote, "We have warned them that an explosion of the situation is coming very soon," the official told AP. The office of Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu claimed the claim was absolutely false. I mean, obviously he would if he knew. So here's my question. How did these terrorists organize this? Bro, in air, land, those pair of things recording, they had GoPros. The most fortified border on the planet, and why did it take so long for a response? Like, these are questions that a lot of people are asking. Maybe it's because Israel was vulnerable due to being a Jewish holiday where many members of the faith were without internet. But however, in the past, like, as everybody knows this, Hamas has chosen Jewish holidays to attack. This isn't like, oh, this is random. If anything, you should be on more high alert on these holidays. That's my thing. Like, you have to know that these people will stop at nothing. So your security has to be up. And it's shocking to me, especially as a military guy, you don't have a response team ready to go. These videos, these people they were running amok for a while. How is that possible? Nobody still has explained that to me. Even like a small standby unit just ready to go. Right. All right? They could have been deployed to save lives, but I saw these people, guys, these terrorists were going out for a long time. But how long did it take for a response? They were running amok for hours. Yeah. So also, Israeli has had rockets raining down on them for decades and faced a constant threat of attacks from Hamas militants. So the Israeli government could easily perceive it was worth losing some lives in the interim if the end goal was significantly more safety for their citizens in the region after taking Gaza. Okay, here's my thing, and I want to hear everybody's point of view. Sorry, Lamb. We pay hundreds of billions of dollars. Think about that. Not a billion, not two. Hundreds of billions of dollars each year to the CIA, the NSA, the Pentagon, the State Department, and the list goes on and on to protect America's interests around the globe, especially Israel, who is our greatest ally. Those are our peeps, you know what I'm saying? So this Hamas attack was a result of two things, and you guys figure this out, all right? The Biden regime, all this intelligence, their intelligence, everybody didn't catch wind that these guys were planning thousands of troops, thousands of rockets, boats, paragliders, and they had no idea, or they did, and they did nothing. There's only two that could be true. You have to figure that one out for yourself. Either way, somebody has to be held accountable. Vivek Ramaswamy was on Tucker, and he was like, guys, this question cannot linger. Nobody's really talking about it. What happened right now? Keep doing. The war is going to continue. How do you not see that, Brandon? How does that slip through the crack? What went wrong? How can you possibly explain to me that this just goes, they caught us with our pants down? Yeah. Is there any excuse?
No. So like, I mean, I would never say 100% anything, but I would say 99.9% that they absolutely knew about this. They absolutely let it happen because was Netanyahu wanted this entire 10 years president or whatever he is? He's wanted to crush Gaza because they're a thorn in the side. So what does he have now? The entire population's furious and wants nothing more than to extract revenge on Gaza and crush them. So he has the full backing of the public to go out and do whatever he wants with use the full force of the military to crush Gaza. So I think Netanyahu is exactly what he wants now, and there's no question in my mind that they let this happen because, Mossad is badass. Mossad's arguably more advanced than the CIA and MI6 people argue. So there's no way in hell they didn't know this, muck squad of like people living in caves and like under bridges just like went through with bulldozers. That's insane.
So Brandon, what do you say? Christie, I want to go to you. Brandon, what do you say to people? Because they're out there right now talking crap and like, how could you, like, what do you say to people that are like, there's no way somebody of power that would do this, sacrifice, let's say, 1,000 people to further an agenda that they're gonna benefit greatly from. What do you say to somebody that's like, Brandon, that's it? How dare you? Why would you say that? This has never happened in history.
All right, so we know for a fact that serial killers exist in the world, that they're absolutely numb to the concept of killing people and slicing them open, torturing them right in front of them. So is it impossible to think that somebody with that lack of empathy and emotion can make it to high office? I think that there's a good argument that those people, they say a lot of CEOs are psychopaths where they don't have empathy or emotion. So you don't think a lot of presidents or prime ministers could be psychopaths where they lack empathy and emotion? And as you're looking at it like a chessboard, you're not going to sacrifice 1,000 lives to get territory that you wanted for your entire career. I don't think that's a hard thing for him to decide at all.
Because guys, you can't, because I had gotten this conversation with Adam on the PBD podcast where Adam was like, but Vinny, maybe they were busy doing things. Your security apparatus does not go down. The radar, your security, satellites.
Mossad knows what we're doing over here, dude.
And of course. And I'm sorry, Adam, that's such a cop-out. That is their job. Yeah. Their job is to protect their people. Otherwise, what are you doing? And we were talking about this last week on the show when we were talking about the worst day in American history, January 6th. Mm-hmm. It's either incompetence or it's evil. Yeah. Yes. And that is their job to do. I highly doubt it's incompetence. Like you said, they're one of the most advanced intelligence agencies. I was talking to Robert, that we all know, a brilliant guy. He's like, they are number one. French is maybe a second, and they're probably a far second. Yeah. So like, and never let a good crisis go to waste. That's what they always say.
How many times have we heard that? And it's like, and again, guys, we're just asking the question of how the hell could this happen? Same thing with 9/11. Everybody, Osama bin Laden warned them. They got intel. His goal is to crash planes into buildings, okay? Condoleezza Rice, she was calling people. She was calling the mayor of Chicago and was like, hey, don't fly to New York today. What?
Okay,
what do you know?
Also, it kind of makes me think too. This happened at a festival where it kicked off, right? It kicked off. We saw them coming down, and then people were taking pictures and everything, right?
Yeah.
What happened at in Las Vegas when that shooting went down? Some fishy shit happened there too.
Oh, there's still
that doesn't happen.
Nothing adds up.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
And then guess what? Nothing. There was no solution to what happened. Just like what's happening right now. There's no solution. Why is this happening? People don't know.
Same thing with, what do you mean? Same thing with COVID coming out of a lab that we own, that we funded, that Fauci's little rat ass funded and paid for to make this thing come out. Who's accountable? Have we even?
They're never held accountable.
Never, because it was racist to even mention China out of your mouth because Trump was in, and we still, all the sheep out there that are listening, still we don't have no accountability and nobody gives a shit. The news cycle moves on and nobody cares. I think there needs to be, listen to me, I'm dead serious. There needs to be like a timeout. Yeah. Everybody stop. One at a time. All right, we're not moving forward till we figure out the China shit. And right now, with all this chaos, I want to find out right now, how the hell did you guys not know this was coming? These rinky-dink, they're in the paragliders. They came in bulldozers. What? Everybody was asleep behind the wheel?
No.
Yeah. No. And listen, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, what does it do? They're never held accountable, but what is the reaction to that? All the people start fighting. So now the Palestinians, now the Israels, now America, now it's the people hating each other.
Yep.
And who are they not holding accountable? The people that were supposed to protect them.
But you know what's even scary, and I'm sorry, side note. The thing that's scary is you brought this up. In Michigan, did you see all those people?
Hey, shout out to Michigan, though.
Palestine.
I'm from there.
They're for Palestine, yeah.
I think Kelly has some video of Brady of, and we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But I want, Kelly, can you show this is in Fort Lauderdale, what it's causing in our streets. But this is the point that I'm going to get to. This is Chicago, Kel?
Mia Khalifa.
No, it's all good. What I wanted to say was, Dan, what was it? You wanted to say something, Brandon, when
you want me to go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, no, so I don't know why we're suddenly seeing BLM for Palestine and LGBT for Palestine, these flags flown around. Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? What the fuck do you know about Palestine and Israel? Like, why are you just picking a side because their politicians are picking a side?
What's that meme? It was like, I went from being an expert in Ukraine and Russia, now I'm an expert in Palestinian and Israeli war. It's hilarious.
Like, think about it. Like, Ukraine got invaded by Russia. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to wear a Ukraine pin because it's not right to invade another country. Like, okay, fine. And now, I'm going to wear a Palestine pin, but Palestine did exactly what Russia did. So how are you going to, because the people who are pro-Palestine are pro-Ukraine. So how does that make sense? They did two opposite situations.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But you know what kind of scares me?
That's how religious our political sides are, because the people just blindly go to a side like they're robots.
But you know what's scaring me right now, besides the Palestinians and Israel and all this stuff, what's scaring me, what people aren't seeing, the bigger picture is we have an election coming up. It's 2024. And guess what was fucking happening before the 2020 elections? Riots started happening. Divisions started happening. Burning cities down. You should be the picture of Minneapolis.
That's coming. Oh, but no, Brady, you nailed it. You jumped the gun. No, I'm saying no. Brady, no. I'm saying that's good because I have this prepared. If people can't see that, they're stupid. Christie, what were you gonna say?
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something? Oh, I thought you had that look. But go ahead.
I would actually second that. Like what intimidates me, it's more of, or I shouldn't say intimidate, what I'm paying attention to is the reaction of our government. I don't know if you guys saw the response to Nikki Haley, but she's like, an attack on Israel is an attack on the US. And although they're our allies, no, it's not. It's not an attack on the U.S. It was an attack on Israel.
Yeah.
So their reaction,
trying to drag us.
it's trying to involve us.
They are neocon warmongering.
And what does she say? She says, finish them. It's like, do you know the repercussions of war? No. Right. And that leads me to my second point on, in the past, when we used to go to war, you think of ancient times, you think of even like George Washington. Those who were actually sending us to war fought in the wars. They had a little bit more skin in the game than today. Nikki Haley can say, finish them while she's in her bunker or she's on TV, everything's suited up. It's like, either you're not fighting in the war or you're not putting forth the thought to know the repercussions of that. And so I find it so honestly repulsive that they can just say that, not thinking it's not you fighting in the war, it's not your sons going over to fight in the war, but you're just going to say finish them. I think it's ridiculous. And the fact that they're leading our country, when it comes to leadership, there should be more poise. There should be more diplomatic responses, as Vivek was saying on Tucker, versus, let's just finish them. Like, it's actually repulsive.
And Abortzian and Raytheon, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. And by the way, it was only a matter of time, like the scumbags that they are, like Lindsey Graham, automatically like, hey, if Iran does anything, we're going to bomb. Do you understand what the hell you're saying? And I'm telling you guys, once you start bombing other countries, but mind you, Iran supports Hezbollah and Hamas, okay? We traded hostages with Iran recently, and just to add a little bonus, Kirby, or was it Blinken, one of these losers, Cal, was like, we gave them $6 billion. $6 billion, and then people, like a reporter, the White House was like, but we got a fair trade. They got the people. Why give them the money? He's like, listen, that was just in the deal. So to lie to yourself, to think that they're not going to use that money, a nation that supports terrorist groups, like they're going to be like, we won't. And Kelly made a great point. If I have $5 billion just to have it, and you give me $5 billion to use for, don't use this money for terrorism, I'm going to use that money that I have, and not touch your money. And then this leads to my point. The Biden administration gave Iran that money, right? And like, they're not going to use it. There's also reports, and you guys have seen the videos, that weapons that these Hamas terrorists were using were American weapons that had serial numbers from Afghanistan.
Right.
Wow.
Come on, yeah, Joe Biden, all your loser liberals are like, at least he got us out of a war. The worst way to leave, the most abysmal withdrawal to leave how many billions of dollars
It was a
it?
massacre, too.
It was a massacre.
Do you remember when they said how, like, if Trump was back in the office, how he was going to start World War III? If Trump was president, how he was going to be...
And guess what? I told you so. I told all you morons that World War III, I'll show you text right now from our friend in California. What? Kim Jong-un, World War III. What happened?
But you know what's even more terrifying too is Joe Biden. There was a clip of him on CSpan. We've all seen it, where he talks about there's a situation where we leave all these guns and all this armor over there, and he goes, and then they're going to use it against your kids,
In
kids. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. And when you talk about the money, and it's like, oh, I'm going to use this money again. No skin in the game. Whose money are they sending? It's the taxpayer.
Right.
Like, it's our money. It's not their
House
money. So of course they don't care. Like, yeah, well, it's a fair trade, $6 billion. And then also the World War III when they thought it was Trump. No, because Trump had a level of, and whatever they want to say about Trump or some of these world leaders, but also like audacity. Like there's a level of respect knowing who knows what Trump will do, but they'll give him $6 billion. Like they could be, when it was Obama or when it was Biden, they feel that they could be, like almost taken advantage of.
Don't
Where Trump, they're
respect
not
them.
going to do
They
that.
don't respect them.
There
And
has to be a level of
with
respect.
Trump, there was also a sense of like, he kept people in their corner.
And on their toes.
You're going to stay quiet. You're going to stay quiet. We're going to sign a peace treaty. Israel was signing peace treaties, something that had not happened. No new wars were started under Trump. You know why? And he was meeting with these people. He was meeting with Putin. He was meeting with Kim Jong-un. Like they all do. But you know what he was doing? In all those pictures you see, he's like, you step out of line.
I love it.
Just letting you know, you step out of line.
And when they ask
Feel
him,
the
they're
wrath.
like,
And
what's
that's
off the table?
Yeah.
And he's like,
right now they're like, oh, we
nothing.
got a senile president who doesn't even know he's leaving weapons here for us. I mean, like, they can do anything. The border's wide open. God knows how many immigrants from these countries are coming in from the border.
Thank you for saying that. This is what's scaring the shit out of me. And I'm not one of these fear-mongering, oh my God, don't be stupid. Just open your mind. This past 4 years, how many people have come over the border? You just
Oh my God.
Okay,
Millions.
let's say 7 to 10 million immigrants. God knows how many illegals have poured in. The majority of these people, it's not little kids. It's not moms and dads. It's young men, military fighting age, 18 to 35, no wife, no kids. And we saw some videos circulating of a guy. I mean, he had a mask, so you couldn't, really see him. It was halfway down. He's speaking Spanish, and the interpreter is like, what are you complaining about? He's like, they gave me this freaking credit card looking thing that's replenished for money every month. I was told to get into the United States, get an apartment, and they gave me a cell phone, and I'm supposed to wait till the cell phone for instructions.
Wait for what?
Yeah. What are you waiting? Oh, there's a gay pride parade.
Yeah.
There's a gay pride parade.
Yeah.
They're all going to be
He's got
involved
a
in it.
table of Bennigan's.
Those signs like they were holding.
And exactly. And then, like you nailed it. Here's what you guys have to worry about. This is election year.
Yep.
1 year. So guess what? They know for a fact Biden can't win.
Nope.
He's losing in the numbers every time. I'm going to go to bed. That's the type of, like, he's losing it. He doesn't have that much time left. Okay, Brandon, I want to ask all you guys. Yeah. If your goal was to win an election, this is very outlandish.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Please follow
don't
me.
go off the
This sounds like
Just an opinion,
science
guys.
fiction crazy movie. You want to keep people at home. You don't want them to go to voting centers. The pandemic thing, that was
great. Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Guess what? Beautiful. We tried to do it again. People were like,
People
we're
aren't
not wearing a
buying it.
mask. Yeah, Dr. Fauci. We're not going to do it. How would we keep people, how would we keep them home?
How do we keep them afraid?
Why don't we scare the shit out of them?
Let's bomb them.
No, bomb them. Or in House of Cards, Kelly, what season was it? House of Cards, season 5, episode 7. They use a fake terrorist crisis at like voting centers to keep people like and scared. I'm telling you guys right now, the amount of illegals, we caught 160 people that were on the terror watch list. We caught them, we booked them, they're arrested. Some of them got deported, some of them are here, we're interrogating them. Obviously, they're getting tortured to get information. So imagine the amount of people that are here that are just on standby, waiting. I'm telling you guys right now, and if you don't believe me, the leader of Hamas, are you guys ready for this? For people that didn't hear this. Khalid Mashal, the leader and the founding member of Hamas, gave a speech today asking Muslims around the world to do the following. Ready for this? Follow along. To show anger, especially next Friday, that's 2 days, in Muslim countries and also among Muslim diaspora around the world. He called it the Friday of Al-Aqsa flood, which is said he will send a message to the rage of Zionists and to America. All right? Number 2, he asked for financial help from all the Muslims around the world to help with their money. He called it financial jihad. He asked Muslims to give the fighters of Gaza in order to compensate them for destruction. All right? Just be ready for this. He asked political pressure from Muslim leaders and Muslim nations to stop Israel's military invasion of Gaza. The most important thing, he asked all Muslims around the world to carry jihad by their souls, to fight by the martyrs for Al-Aqsa. He wants Muslims to fight against Jews, starting with Muslims who live in the countries surrounding Israel, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Egypt, but also to go to other countries. This is the time for jihad to be applied on the ground rather than just in theory. And he asked for the Mujahideen to go into long caravans and spill their blood in the land of Palestine. In his final words, I'm reading this, this is his words. Funds are important, but today we're asking for your blood and your soul to be sacrificed for Palestine. I'm telling you guys right now, nothing happens at this magnitude by accident. Now we have all these people that we have no idea where they are. Your president, Biden, our dumbass president, along with Mayorkas, just open border. And if you tried to open your mouth, they were like, you don't care, you're heartless, you're soulless. These people, if you think for 2 seconds this was a humanitarian, oh, we love these people. None of these, all the people with the big mouths, did you take any in to your home? Did you bring any of these families in your home? No, it was a concerted effort. Now it's closed the border. Now we want a wall. It's too late.
Right.
They're already here. Mark my words. In the next 12 months, watch what the fuck is going to happen.
Listen,
Yeah, terrorist attack.
Unfortunately, like Israel did not have any sort of Second Amendment. Luckily, we do here. I'm not saying that it's going to be a full-blown something's going to happen here. I'm just saying, everyone, they keep warning for some reason, but no one does anything until it actually happens. Just stay at the ready. Just stay alert. Take care of each other. Take care of your own, and don't do anything crazy this weekend. I'm just saying that's something's going to happen.
That's fine.
You have, because guess what? The prime minister may have known in Israel there was warning of 9/11 that nothing happened. If they're saying something like this, just take it seriously. These are people who you cannot negotiate anything with. They don't want Jews alive. They don't want Christians alive. So just be alert. Stay at the ready.
And we were going to show the video, but I think we have an issue with the sound. But you nailed it. Have you guys been seeing the demonstrations? They're beating the shit out of each other in the streets. Kelly, what did you say about World War I was what?
World War I started with the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. It was about territory.
So World War I was a war of territory. World War II? Ideology. World War III, right now, it's about territory and ideology. I'm telling you guys right now, everybody is acting up right now, Brandon. Everybody is acting up. We got China with Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, allies. Dude, like people are uniting with each other, and we're stuck in the middle.
Well, yeah, we're literally like a sleeping giant because we're as powerful as the rest of the world combined, but we're asleep at the wheel right now, and it's like the adult of the house being asleep because nobody's taking our response seriously. Nobody's afraid of what our response might be. But Tom made a really good point to me the other day, saying, citing the movie Usual Suspects, ironically, like similar to the name of our show. So what scared the shit out of everybody in that movie is the whole Kaiser Sose thing. Like, do what your opponent's unwilling to do what nobody's ever willing to do. Like, be the craziest person there. So that's what Trump reminded me of. Is like, nobody knew what he was actually willing to do. Like remember the Soleimani thing? He bombed the shit out of the guy in response to the
He's the Iranian guy, right?
Yeah, he was like the highest ranking Iranian general. So nobody expected that to happen. Nobody expected, in Syria, they gas poisoned some of their civilians. He blew up every single one of their airstrips and all their military bases. Like within 3 minutes of hearing about it.
Yep.
So
strength through peace through strength.
Yeah, they don't negotiate, but they get scared like anybody else if you show strength.
Exactly.
So that's the only thing these cycles will respect is equal strength and force and exerting
I think
power.
so, dude. And
Biden's not going to do that.
Taylor, I'm going to go to you.
Right.
And it's funny you say that the Soleimani assassinate, good, to kill. Do you know what CNN was calling him? They were like, he's a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
They were, Pelosi and everybody were mad that the president of the United States killed a freaking terrorist.
Religion.
Religion, and bro,
it's a religion.
And it's just, and mind you, I'm embarrassed. I actually can't believe this happened, guys. Christy, did you see it? Karine Jean-Pierre said that she was disgusted. No, I'm shocked. She was disgusted and appalled of what the squad was like. What's her name? Had a flag of Palestine outside of her door. They're not answering any questions, and it's like, guys, if you can't admit that the murder of children in Israel is bad, you need to seriously look at yourself in the mirror and find out what the hell is going on with you. Like, it's blatant, disgusting, evil in your face, and if you can't say it, and I mentioned this, dude, Palestine, don't get me wrong, when bombs come and there's kids getting murdered, I cried. Oh, it's disgusting.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But I was thinking about the Ilhan
Omar?
The squad.
The squad.
It's funny how useful they were in 2020 before the election.
Of course.
For the separation. Now we're kind of like, no, we've got the war going on. We don't really need you assholes anymore.
No shit.
And that's the only reason why I think she would say something like that. Because why would Karine Jean-Pierre come out and say something like that?
Brady, I'm shocked.
Because she's the far left.
Yeah, those are the lefty.
But what that they're so stupid. It's like, what outcome do you think would happen if they got exactly what they wanted? Like, let's say, okay, they call occupying Israel by helping Israel. Like, okay, yeah, sure, let Israel just be what it is. Like, let whatever happen. They don't think more people will die as a result of that than what the situation is right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's crazy.
So they think it'd be a better, a net positive for the world if we just let it be.
Yeah, just let it go.
It'd be like a massacre, genocide.
Yeah, and dude, it's just a horrible situation. And there's just something in here, bro. I don't trust anything of that magnitude being under the radar. There's no, just like Pearl Harbor, because Pearl Harbor got us into World War. 9/11 spread us everywhere. Dude, I'm telling you right now, and Christie nailed it.
These things are obvious.
Yeah, it's Friday the 13th of all dates. This guy is telling everybody, guys, be smart, be vigilant. I personally, large-ass concert groups and all that stuff,
no.
I wouldn't do it. Because the guy's warning you. It's not like I'm saying it. The head of Hamas is like, kill Americans and people that represent Israel. Watch your asses, buy guns. What are you going to say before I go to Christie?
Yeah, and just two points on that one. You were talking about America, the sleeping giant. That's part of the respect when it came to Trump. There was a level of unpredictability where they were like, what's off the table? Nothing's off the table.
Of course.
And that's what you want in leadership. And then to your point, like being cautious of everything, definitely do that. And at a time where everyone was frantic about during COVID, we got to get all the toilet paper. In my mind, I'm like, I got to go get bullets. So I have the stash, and I was literally like, people were getting toilet paper, I'm buying 1,000 rounds because just in case, I'm good.
Stay at the ready.
I have a gun on me right now.
Stay at the ready.
You guys think I'm playing me? I'm armed all the time. All right, guys, we're going to a gun show this week. I'm not even joking, guys. You have to take care of it. But guess what? The government's not going to take care of you. It's your job to take care of yourself, and we just saw that.
I hope you don't have to, but
yeah, protect yourself, dude. And that's what I'm saying. If they try that shit here, at least we're armed. I'm shooting mother father.